starting, Pearl. Look, it's catching on. Look at it. Look at the clock.
All right, we'll wait for Christy and then,
Time flies when you're having fun. See it? Now it's 9 o'clock.
okay, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and if I ask to please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you for that. Move on to item B. Could I get a motion to approve the meeting's agenda?
I'll motion.
Any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry. Is Christy and Allison?
Yeah, my
made-
mic's not turning on, but it's okay. I can project.
Okay. All those in favor? Thank you. I have down as community open forum that we do have somebody that would like to speak to the board. Is that true?
You don't know that?
Dare to care. The one act play. Oh yeah, the one act play.
Hi, I'm Grace Myers, a senior at
Oh, the green. Oh, look at that.
I'm Abby Sunday, also a senior. We're the student directors for the fall plays this year. I'll go first. The one that I'm directing is called Shuffling. It's about basically, so this girl gets off from work and she's waiting for her boyfriend, but he's super late. So she decides to listen to music, and all the songs come to life and give her advice on her romantic life. And as student director, I've been able to watch people grow and become their characters, and it's been so inspiring. Like, I just love watching people come to be confident and comfortable in their characters, and being able to give them any help they wanted with, whether it's memorization or blocking or costumes. It's just been so nice to be that person people can go to and be able to see them grow.
So the one act I'm directing is called I'll Chime In, and I'm gonna read a little thing just so it's easier to understand. This is the story of Rob and Jen, a young couple in love, and Rob is ready to pop the question. However, the restaurant where he intends to make it official has patrons that can't help but chime in about how lovely or rotten love is. A divorced man, a lawyer, an ex-girlfriend, and cops and robbers can't help but share their experiences with the couple. Will wedding bells be on the menu? You'll have to come and see. And then tickets are going to be $5 at the door. And then the shows are this Thursday at 4, Friday and Saturday at 7. And do you want?
Okay. We also wanted to ask for...
Put it out there.
Put it out there. So student leadership has been talking about, for next school year, so it'll end up being spring of 2026, doing a third show, either a full-length play or an improv show, because we all love drama club so much, and we just want to keep doing it as long as we can. So it would be, spring of next school year, so spring of 2026, and we would need budgetary help.
Is there any questions for us?
So how long have you been involved in drama? When did you start? Was it like your freshman year?
So they started their
Freshman year.
Last year was my first year ever doing the musical or anything. This is my first year doing the plays. So I'm very fortunate to be able to do all this my first year, and I'm very thankful for that.
So this is your first year and you're directing already?
Yeah,
Oh, good for you.
thank you.
Abby, you want to talk about your journey?
I've been doing all the things since I was a freshman, and it's like being able to see myself evolve. I had terrible stage fright the first time I ever auditioned for a show, and now, I've just grown so much, and I couldn't have done it without drama club.
Thank you.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. All right, come see the show. $5.
Okay, there is no special presentation of the board, so I will make a motion that the Central Square School District Board of Education hereby move into executive session to discuss matters leading to the appointment of one person and also the tenure of one person with action to follow. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? We'll be back.
This won't take long.
Well, being, maybe, I'm guessing. Okay, could I get a motion to return back into
I'll motion.
the meeting? Mr. Mayor?
Borrowing
Any?
your mic.
That's fine. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, thank you. Okay, could I get a motion for E in its entirety, E1, E2, E3 in its entirety? Ms. Douglas, second? Yeah,
Well, we
once-
gotta vote first.
we got to vote first. Any discussion? That's all right. Keep them straight, Pearl. All those in favor? Motion's passed. I'll turn it over to you, Tom. Make introduction.
So we'd like to congratulate and welcome Jessica Suboda. She's going to be one of our high school assistant principals. She comes to us from Syracuse City, and we're very happy. She starts on the 18th. Thank you. Now you can go home to your family. You're good.
Or you could stay. It's pretty riveting. Okay, congratulations. We'll say it one more time. Can I get a motion for item F in its entirety?
I'll motion.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you. On to item G. We'll have Mr. Mateo do his briefing.
So some upcoming events we can look forward to are the boys varsity football team has made it to the semifinals. The game will take place this Friday, November 8th at 6 p.m. against Corcoran at Corcoran High School, as well as the girls varsity volleyball team has also made it to semifinals. That game will take place this Wednesday, November 6th at 5 p.m. Against West Genesee at West Genesee High School. Grace Myers and Abigail Sundet have already touched to you guys about the play, but I also wanted to congratulate Abigail Sundet because she was presented a letter of commendation for her outstanding score on the PSAT. Some other things going on right now, winter sports signups have opened. All winter sports will begin the week of the 18th. If you would like to support the boys lacrosse program, they are selling raffle tickets to win a turkey for $10 per ticket. Winner will be chosen November 22nd, and the turkey will be delivered the weekend before Thanksgiving. You can Venmo $10 with your name and best form of contact to @CS Boys Boosters for your chance to win. Our school recently held our annual blood drive through the American Red Cross, where we had a successful turnout of students, staff, and faculty. A huge shout out to Ms. Shantz and student government, specifically Shelby Nickerson, who played a major role in organizing the event. And speaking of recent events, this morning I was given a surplus of Dunkin' Donuts gift cards from the Dunkin' event to be provided to the board on behalf of Ms. Shantz and student government as a thank you for all of your hard work. So I'll pass those around now if you want to grab one and hand it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to end, while those are being passed around, by inviting up the president of our school's DECA club, Abby Tetrolt, to share with you a brief presentation on DECA's anti-bullying program, Dare to Care.
I recognize you from Channel 9 a couple weeks ago, right?
Oh, really? I get that a
Yes.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure this is working. Maybe? Okay, I got that. So now how do I do this? Is that good? Okay. So as Mateo said, my name is Abigail Tetral. I'm the president of our school's DECA club. Along with that, I'm the Region 9 president, and this is my second year doing that. Furthermore with that, this is my second year doing the Dare to Care campaign. I did it last year with Ariana Fenton, which is a very well-known member of our school district as well. And I'm here to talk to you guys about what Dare to Care is, our mission with it, and just a couple more things about what we're looking to do this year with the presentation. So, the mission statement of the Dare to Care Community Awareness Campaign is it aims to educate students on the effects of bullying, along with helping them identify the most common types so they can take appropriate action from there. How this campaign runs is we do a presentation with students, and from there, they're then doing a physical or a more virtual activity with us to kind of promote that growth of the idea of bullying and kind of bringing the awareness to it from there. So the example of the more kind of physical activities we do with them is last year we did a charades game with them. We've done different kind of skit activities along with that. Sorry about that. Along with that, with the digital games, it kind of goes along with Bookits, Kahoots, that kind of thing. So what we do with this is we're trying to educate students on the three main types of bullying. So that's verbal, physical, and cyberbullying. In the past couple years, we've really focused on the cyberbullying, as we know it's something that occurs even within our district, with a lot of other districts in itself, and it's something that's definitely becoming more prominent in this day and age. So why do we actually do this? Both with the qualitative and quantitative data, you can see that there are many reasons of why we do this. The one that I'm going to highlight first is the pie chart to the left of me. Yeah. So that's going to show that 82% of students said after they did our presentations and even before that they would stand up for people being bullied. And that's something that we wanted to really highlight on because it's showing that even before we did this presentation with the students, they're able to feel comfortable and confident to stand up for someone that's being bullied. And we feel that's something that's really important. Another one that I really wanted to highlight is something that I think was really touching and an almost impactful, but in a negative but also positive way because it shows that something came of it, was something that happened in our opening survey. This was recorded from a 6th, 7th, or 8th grade student. We keep this anonymous, so we're not exactly sure which grade it was. I'll read it as I know the handwriting sometimes is a little bit harder to read. So this student said, "I don't like it when people bully others because it hurts them and sometimes makes them want to self-harm, which I've experienced. My stepsister used to cut herself because of it, which she now has stopped and goes to therapy. That is because of bullying. Many people don't understand that bullying can make people want to commit suicide or self-harm because someone is bullying them." Again, I understand this is a very heavy kind of topic that I'm discussing right now, but it's going to show that even at the middle school level, we see students who, even if it's not directly them, they understand the impact of it and how heavy and what it does to people. So we're going to look at some of the past campaigns. This campaign and project first started in 2013. It is created by the Paul V. Moore DECA chapter. In multiple past years, it's advanced to the international competition, so ICDC as we call it. Last year when I did it for the first time with Ariana Fenton, that being her second year doing it, we placed in the top 10 overall in the state, which was a pretty big accomplishment, and it's going to show that this is something that's reaching not just our district, but the whole state level in itself. So what are our campaign objectives we're looking to do this year? Our hope is to reach a larger audience than previous years, and last year we estimated to reach about 1,200 students, but that wasn't super direct with it. It was more social media outreach, but we're looking to directly meet more students than that, and going along with that, it's presenting to more schools within our district. You'll see in the next couple slides the schools that we already have plans to present to and what we're doing for them. Along with that is hosting a variety of interactive events with them, not just doing presentations and the pledge banner signing, which is another thing we do with them, but kind of making it more interactive so this is a more lasting memory thing and this isn't just a, I saw a presentation on bullying today, I know what bullying is, let's remember it. So what are we doing at the Central Square Middle School? This is where we've always conducted the presentation, but just to kind of a brief overview so you see exactly what we're doing. So this is going to be conducted on December 9th down there. It's a grade-wide assembly, which is different from what we've done in previous years, and this year it has a focus on cyberbullying. So for the grade-wide presentations, it's just 6th, 7th, and 8th, obviously, and we're doing the entire grade for a presentation during the cafeteria. From there, we're also hosting a variety of like interactive games with them, the presentation and the Kahoot game, along with a pledge banner signing. So as you can see, that's one of our more dated pictures, but that's Caitlin Meigel, who's a recent graduate and now a substitute teacher at our district. So you can see it's kind of a full circle moment with that, but it's something that is carried on there for the past couple years, and we're looking again to expand it. So what is going on at the elementary schools? We were able to get the presentations at both AA Cole, which is down at CSI as we know, and Brewerton. These are back-to-back presentation days of November 14th and 15th, so next week. We're presenting to the 4th and 5th grade students. Something that's differing with these two schools is at AA Cole, we're doing a sticky note wall of kindness is what I'm titling it for a lack of a better term. But essentially what the students are going to be doing is writing positive messages or just kind of past stuff that they've had and experiences with bullying, and they're kind of showing that, you know, I'm not alone in this. This happens to a lot of people, and the sticky notes are going to be arranged in a pattern that is going to have like bullying with, you know, the circle with the line through it, that kind of thing. And from there, we're also focusing on cyberbullying for these students as well, as Mrs. Hill had requested for them. So that's what we're going to be doing with them. From there, we're also doing Brewerton, which is going to have a charades activity and a pledge banner signing. This is something that Mr. Bowden had really wanted to do with them, was a more charades and kind of physical activity with them. And we're doing the banner pledge just to get another more physical thing with them. He also said they wanted a cyberbully focus with that, and they also wanted the difference between what bullying is and just someone being mean. So obviously bullying is a repetitive behavior versus just someone making a rude comment, and that's something he really wanted his students at Brewerton to focus on. So what is going to be happening at Paul V. Moore High School? So this has changed a little bit since I submitted this. As you can see, we're having different activities running from October to January, but the second bullet there that is going to be changing a little bit is our guest speaker of Donna De La Torre. I recently received her presentation that she was going to be looking to present and her resume with that as well. We're looking into to see if it's something we still want to carry out with her, if we're going to take a different route. So that's subject to change, but we still wanted to put it out so the board was aware that there might be a guest speaker coming to our area. Along with that, we're doing the same sticky note wall of kindness with the students, but we're going to do a more intricate design that's not elementary level with them, and that would be running the same day as the guest speaker, or if the guest speaker does not happen, it would just occur on a day in the coming future. Another thing we're doing that's already occurring right now is publishing statistics in the parent newsletter and scrolling announcements. That's something that students can see, parents, and seeing that, you know, it's not just something that, you know, you talk about. It does have a real impact. There's a lot of different statistics that are coming from both Gov and Pacer websites, which were both provided from teachers from the middle school last year. So the next thing I wanted to look at was the actual past results with this. So I'm realizing there is a little bit of a typo down there. That's supposed to say, did this presentation change how you'll treat others in the future? And as we can see with that, we had 70% of students say that this presentation does change how they'll treat people in the future. There was a little bit of a skew with that, but I had to keep it with the actual quantitative data with it, because many students, they actually circled no, but then they said it's because they already would stand up for someone being bullied and they already don't bully people. So there is a little bit of a skew with that one, but it's still the main message of it. And as you can see with the closing survey, we had many students who were able to then identify what bullying is. They understood what it was. They pledged that they're going to dare to care. And from there, they just gave us really good feedback of how we can do better presentations in the future. I wasn't able to fit it in on this slide just because of a lack of space, but we also conducted a survey with the teachers themselves to see what they thought about the presentations. And something we had added into the actual project when it was submitted to our DECA competition was that 100% of the teachers believed their students gained something from this, and they saw interaction with among us, with the students and our volunteers that went down. So just a quick summary. As you can see on the board, Dare to Care has and will continue to create a positive and learning experience for our students. We're just hoping to continue and bring a positive message about the awareness of bullying and how it does affect students even to this day. Even though there are obviously a lot of other impactful things, it's really something that we want to make sure is gone in our district if possible. And that's all I have.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So do you, I'd be kind of curious to see if there's any results as far as you see discipline throughout the administration of if kids have been through the training, right, vice not been through the training, right? And as far as if they've been identified as somebody that does bullying, whether or not they have attended your training or not. Is that something that?
Yeah, I mean, it sure would be nice as we think about like reflection forms that we use with kids and DASA, and when it is a founded like bullying incident, it would be kind of nice to use some of your teachable material so we could have it. and then say like, remember this, right? So yeah, there's a consequence, but also like, where's the teaching that goes alongside it? So we're always
Yeah,
looking
definitely.
for input or information you have that we could say, remember this, and give them a little something to watch, something to do, someone to talk to.
Yeah, definitely. Something with you just said with the something to watch. That was also another thing we're going to be doing at the middle school this year. I haven't decided which video I'm going to do yet because I haven't reached out to Mr. Bowden. No, not Mr. Bowden, Mr. King, about which one he'd like to do yet. They're looking to have a video presented during their, I believe they call it their homeroom time. They're looking to have a video presented from the pacer.gov website of different like events and more education with it. So there's a follow-up to it that isn't just being presented by students, but more educated and known officials. Yeah, I definitely like the idea of the training aspect of it and incorporating this into it. That'd be something that'd be really well, yeah.
Yeah, because it's really, what you're doing is very, very important. I want you to know that, right? And in bullying, you can just see it on the survey of somebody that affected a family in a very negative way.
Yeah.
And if you just touch one student, I think that's a big positive. But you have the ability, where if you've had 1,200 students go through this and expand it even more. It's a big, powerful program that you're doing. I can't thank you enough for what you do, and it's a big deal. You might not think it, but it's a really big deal.
We have a lot of opportunities for students to be able to have leadership opportunities to grow in this high school and throughout the district. The one club, DECA, has always, so I've been here now 10 years, and I've seen the students come through DECA. It is amazing. I mean, just you showcase it today with your confidence, your articulation, your effective communication skills. It's hard for anybody to get up there, right? Because it's also being televised to 57 countries right now, right? But seriously though,
I'm glad you told me that after.
you do a phenomenal job, and that's consistent with everybody that I see when I come through. And that's a testament to the teachers and the advisors in DECA. Year after year, we've had board members, and if they haven't done it yet, I highly recommend to be able to go see them compete. When we talk about the attributes and competencies of a Central Square learner, you embody all of them, and all of the students in DECA. It's remarkable to see. So I know that when they're in DECA, I'm confident whatever pathway they go into, I know they're going to be successful because you guys have those attributes. So again, it would be a missed opportunity if I didn't mention that, even though it doesn't have to do with what you presented right here. Excellent job, Abby.
Thank you.
Abigail, can I just ask one quick question? The other two elementary schools, are you just trying to do it in a smaller group, or do you want me to reach out to the other two to have them reach out to you so that they could also hear your message?
So I did reach out to all 4 of the elementary schools. With Hastings, I never ended up hearing a response after a couple follow-up emails. Then with
Millard Hawk?
Millard Hawk. Sorry, I'm blanking right now.
You're fine.
With Millard Hawk, I ended up speaking to their school counselor there, and she was able to give me a couple different examples of stuff they've done in the past, and it seemed like they had already done a lot of stuff there, and they're doing stuff currently with that. It wasn't necessarily that we were giving up on those elementary schools. It was more after realizing that fall really is the busiest time for DECA in itself. Kind of trying to realize that, okay, yes, I would love to expand this to all the schools if possible, along with my schoolwork and my own personal life and presidential duties. There was a lot of stuff going on, and just with our scheduling, it really wasn't going to fit in to get 2 more presentations in.
Okay.
Obviously, with the back-to-back scheduling, it was kind of hard already with those elementary schools. Hopefully in the future, that'd be something we could do, but unfortunately this year, it wasn't something we were
Just
able to
making
get hashed
sure.
out.
So, okay.
Yeah, no
perfect.
problem.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
Is there any other questions? Okay.
Okay, on to item 2, board members report. Anybody have anything to like to talk about?
Are you going to talk about the conference?
We can. I didn't go.
Well,
I was going to touch upon it.
okay, you are?
Go ahead.
Several of us board members attended the New York State School Boards Association Conference in New York City. It was a great opportunity for networking, both among ourselves, but also with other districts nearby and throughout the state. There was great presentations that we attended. There was mental health one that was very productive. There was a fascinating presentation that Steve unfortunately missed on AI. But I mean, eye-opening. It was, yeah, maybe he was there. Maybe he was there. And, you know, I just wanted to let everybody know that we went. I know Brian, Casey, Ken Sherman, Dave, and I attended this year, and Tom, of course, he was there. So, but it was a great time, and you know, hopefully next year, you know, we'll have another big group that goes. I think it's in New York City again next year. But a lot of very, very important and cutting edge, you know, information provided down there that helps us, you know, keep perspective and stay on top of what's new in the school education, considering many of us aren't, you know, in our own personal lives or professional lives in the educational field, so it's super helpful to go down there and be exposed to all of these things.
Okay, anything else? You're up, Tom.
All right. Just to kind of piggyback on what Christy said before we move off that, the school boards. So it's not just the presentations, but it's all of the vendors that are there, and they're working with many component districts. So one of the ones I know that Dave Tackman was at was the whole, you know, gun detection for all. So that's something that it basically ties into devices. So a huge partner for school districts is day automation. We use day automation. There's a meeting coming up this week with Skinny Atlas, Central Square, Phoenix, and day automation. And Maureen will be there, myself, Ted Love will be there, and Paul Brissett. And so we're able to hear their whole presentation about what some of the school districts are moving to when it comes to the next level of protection in a building that's able to be done in a way that's financially doable, but also looking at things like lockdown drills, and I don't want to get into any detail because there's things that we really shouldn't talk about in open space, but then the next level for that technology-wise, where there's lights outside of the schools that let people know it's a lockdown, that the blue lights are on, they let them know. So there's things that have advanced with the technology, so we'll be having that meeting, and some of the things ties into what some of the board members saw when they were down there. Now I'm jumping into this, right? Yeah, all right, sure. All right, next, our literacy program has been spotlighted, spotlighted by Spectrum News. I shared that out with the board. I think it's on our website as well, but they did an excellent job. And again, Aaron Phillips has done a tremendous job with literacy with our elementary, and now with our middle school. Travis Knight has done a phenomenal job in the role that he has in the middle school as well, and in high school now as well. You know, when we have so many teachers being letters trained, and we're talking about the science of reading, it's changing how districts have done it for a long time, but the scores are showing it works. There was a little girl that was on the news, and they were interviewing. It was the cutest thing. She said, I'm not really quite sure, but it's amazing. It's the teacher magic that they have. And I thought that was great. So I shared that with all of the staff to let them know that what they do is not going unnoticed. Paul V. Moore High School's Sarah Hulbert was featured as the Palladian Times Student of the Month, and I also shared that link. I want to put that on our website as well. I believe Brandon already did. Congratulations to Abigail Sunday, class of 2025. You saw her up there at the podium today. She earned the National Commendation for 2025 National Merit Scholarship Program. Approximately 34,000 commended students throughout the nation will be recognized for their exceptional academic promise. Commended students placed among the top 50,000 students who entered the 2025 competition by taking the 2023 PSAT. The CSMS Girl Scout Troop 10331 is proud to announce that Gabriella Walters as the recipient of the Girl Scout Bronze Award. This award is the highest honor a Girl Scout junior can earn, spending a minimum of 20 hours on a sustainable project that will make an impact on their community for years to come. The project was called Pet Care and Education. Congratulations to Gabriella. The athletic department, good news. Fall sports season is rapidly coming to a close as we have had a good season with extremely high participation numbers. We have filled teams at all levels in every sport that we offer, with the exception of boys JV boys volleyball. They had to combine. We had several outstanding performances in the fall. Some highlights: girls volleyball won their division for the first time in nearly 20 years. They earned a number 2 seed in sectional play and have high hopes of winning a sectional banner. I believe next they compete at West Tennessee. I'm going to go watch them. The cheer team also won a divisional championship as well as a first and second in their competitions they attended. The boys soccer finished 11-5 and earned a 3 seed in sectional play. I think this is the first year they did that. They recognized the fan of the year, and that's the most valuable fan that went to Kristen Enright. No, I just made that up, but I should, because if you ever hear her yelling, and I got to witness that, that was awesome, cheering them on. They did a wonderful job. Kristen was there. We had Lori Wood was there. ESM was a really strong team. They beat us out 2-0. It was at CBA, but it was they had a great season, great kids. It's going to be hard to say goodbye to these seniors. The varsity football team earned a 3 seed in their Class A, their highest seeding in the last 10 years. They finished 3-1 in the division and 4-4 in a very difficult section schedule. Individually, we had 3 athletes receive recognition from media outlets as Player of the Week: Angelo Turo, football; Katie Pownell, girls volleyball; and Nadia Frigon, girls volleyball. Starting next week, we will be compiling scholar athlete teams and submitting them to New York State. And again, we always kind of lead the area on the number of scholar athlete teams. Jamie Grimshaw will be putting all of this into his presentation, which will be on the 18th. Give you a really good look at the athletic department, what we're doing right now and things to come. It looks like we will be having a girls' flag football team. The girls were very professional about how they went about it, not taking from other sports. So they had QR codes out in the hallways. They really did a wonderful job, and that's a sport now that's really gaining traction in New York State. Great news from the music department. Congratulations to the following 6th grade students that will be performing in the Elementary All-County Festival on November 1st and 2nd in Oswego, New York. All-County Elementary Honors Chorus: Rebecca Duell, Sophia Duell, Emily Ellis, Diora Gary, Reagan Hines, Zoe Levi, Maddie Long, Bailey Rude, Sophia Shanahan, Scott Sullivan, Ethan Collier, Chelsea Brody, Leah Courier, Strata Karki, Jacob Kogel, Aislinn Krowicki, Michael Lamonda, Jenna Reber, Jenna Schumacher, and Amelia Vargas. All-County Elementary Honors Band: Jocelyn Duvall, Zoe Lazito, Avery Brendel, Michaela Westenholm, Sienna Fulmer, Liam Smith, Madison Downey, Scarlett Thomas, Connor Schnobrecht, William Albertine, Cameron Abraham, Tanner Reynolds, Adeline Newton, Christina Bachmeyer. Congratulations to the following senior high school students who earned a seat in NYSMA Zone 4 Senior High Area All-State Chorus or Band and will be traveling to Whitesboro, New York on November 22nd and 23rd. Area All-State Mixed Chorus: Grace Myers, Madigan Murphy, Madison Helvey, Sydney Saunders, Logan Reynolds, Eli Connor, and Andrew Lanz. Area All-State Treble Choir, Abigail Sundit. Area All-State Symphonic Band, Josie Gorges, Teresa Tancredi, Alicia Haskell, Amelia Gill, Sarah Hulbert, Caitlin Gilbert, Campbell Bagley, Brianna Pacino, and Raven Wheeler. Conference All-State, congratulations to Eli Connor, who will be traveling to Rochester, New York at the end of November and early December to rehearse and perform with the New York State's highest level of NYSSMA Conference Vocal Ensemble, the Conference All-State Mixed Chorus. Eli also earned a seat in NYSSMA Conference All-State Symphonic Band based on his French horn solo audition. This is an incredible and noteworthy accomplishment. High School Musical. We are very excited in the music department to announce this year's music theater production of Hadestown. Hadestown auditions took place at the end of October and will be produced February 6, 8, I'm going to assume that's 9? Or 6, 7, and 8, it should have been. 6, 7, and 8, 2025. Congratulations to middle school and high school members of the Red Hawk Regiment Marching Band on their 2024 season. The marching band performed well throughout the season in competitions, including the New York State Field Band Championships in the JMA Wireless Dome Stadium at Syracuse University on Sunday, October 27. I was there. I thought they did a phenomenal job. I also saw many staff members that went to cheer them on as well. The marching band scored an 85.925 at championships, placing 7th in a very challenging class. The students now transition to winter guard and winter drumline seasons as they continue to develop their abilities and performance skills. We'll also have another community show, which is always packed and a great thing for our community. Syracuse Crunch, the middle school pep band under the direction of Keller Shelton and Melissa Messick, will be performing the national anthem as the Syracuse Crunch at the Syracuse Crunch game on November 22nd. Upcoming concerts to attend. November 12 is the high school fall vocal music department featuring concert chorale and vocal jazz, 7 p.m. in the Paula V. Moore High School auditorium. November 19th in the high school fall instrumental music department fall concert featuring the symphonic band and wind ensemble, again 7 p.m. at the PVM High School auditorium. And the field band championship day. Field band championships was on October 29. Again, we're very proud of them. Last thing, Jennifer Shantz, our reading teacher up at the high school, it's very heavily involved in a number of things. I wanted her to give me a little blurb. Basically, she said, I will be participating this week in the Connexion Ed Education Forum held in the Experience Center in Greenville, South Carolina. This is the headquarters for ClearTouch. They paid for everything for her to go. The panels we use in our classrooms, and she will be attending with educators as far away as Alaska. She will be getting, again, cutting-edge, innovative, collaborative workspace and attend leadership sessions along with a variety of other workshops. Jen's played a key role for our technology department in really getting teachers to buy in using technology in the classroom and using the smart touch boards. I know all of you know Jen Shantz. She is very engaging. There's a reason why kids are drawn to her and teachers as well. And so, again, Ted Love played a role in that as well. So, again, Ted, you haven't been here that long, but you've already made a huge impact on our staff. We want to thank you for that. Excellent job. So that concludes my superintendent report. The one other thing that I just wanted to say is I have submitted my goals to the Board of Education. The one thing that I want everyone to be able to know, and I want to say this in public space, is one of the goals besides, what we're continuing to do. We have 4 main goals. The first one is improving our instructional academic success for our students, right? And so we continue to look at whether, literacy, looking at our math skills and whatnot. We look at a big telling sign of student success, the number of students that are failing 2 or more courses. That's something that we look at. We look at attendance. We're looking at chronically absent students and what we're doing across the board systemically to make sure that they're able to come to school and be successful. But one of the goals, goal 3, you're going to see is the utilization for CSI. So we're going to be continuing to have many discussions about this. Aaron Phillips is putting out a survey, and that's one of the reasons why I really want people to hear this, and it's going to be all over our website. The survey results will come back at the end of this month in November, because we really need to be able to gauge how many parents would like, if we had it, the opportunity for their kids to be in full day pre-kindergarten. That's huge. This board has recognized the need for early intervention. So the grant money obviously goes up if you have full day pre-K. And so what we need to be able to see is, I think, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have anywhere between 250 to 275 kindergartners come in every year. And so with those numbers, what we need to see is if we offered that to parents for UPK, would those numbers be the same? And I know, and been in education for 26 years, that that full day program would be far more beneficial. If we didn't use CSI, I would be strongly against the full day program, because that would literally cut the exposure of our students in half, because they would be in that one classroom all day of 18 kids instead of 36 kids. So if we didn't utilize CSI for full day UPK, we would potentially be cutting the number of kids in half being able to be exposed to it. So that survey information is going to be important to be able to see. And then that is an option. I did say that if that is the course of action that we go to save the district money, I would put myself down there with Pearl, because then we wouldn't have to have an administrator in that building. And to be able to do that would be a significant cost savings, because you wouldn't be hiring another secretary or another administrator down there. So there's a lot of things that we're working out, but I do think for the biggest bang for the buck, to be able to give that early intervention will actually save us money in the long term, because so many students that don't either have UPK or the half-day UPK, we end up having to spend a lot more money on teaching assistants and whatnot to be able to provide the students with what they need. So we're going to be able to lay this all out there, do a whole cost analysis, and be able to share this with the Board of Education. So more to come on that. That concludes my superintendent report.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Could I get a motion for accepting item H, approval of an overnight student trip? Brian?
But I'll motion or second, whatever. Brian motion.
Brian
I'll
motion, second.
Yeah. I
Any-
just don't have a mic.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, on to item I, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
All those in favor? Thank you very much.
There you go, Pearl. Have a lovely